future will be allowed 120 words every day to save air. Need to get through all our routine interchange with an eye on word count.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Woolen Homestead. This is a video podcast about knitting, spinning, and hand dyeing yarn. My name is Tiffany.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're coming to you from Midland, Michigan. You can find us as the Woolen Homestead on various social media, as well as the yarn that we dye at thewoolenhomestead.etsy.com. You'll also find links below in the description box to all the places you can find us. Hi guys, we're back!
It's been a little while, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which feels like forever now because we've been podcasting every single week.
Maybe
it's been, has it been 3
It
weeks?
was voting day. November 6th was the last day we podcast. We were going to do it on the 13th. We even have notes in here from last week that we were going to do it. But if you've been following with us on social media, you've known that our little guy Benny has been very, very sick. But we wanted to let you know that he is on the up and up currently. We still don't really know what's going on officially, but he's getting better, and that's all that we care about. So, but we'll get more into that at the end of the podcast in our life stuff segment. But we do have him and Ella up here with us. So if you hear noises, if you see the camera shaking, that's why.
Yeah, definitely. And there's no keeping them away. So.
And we don't want them away anyways.
They kind of get what they want.
We love them. we totally spoil them.
Oh, terribly.
They just give us the little puppy eyes, and they get whatever they want. So they're so sweet.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it has been a long time since we've done a podcast. It feels like forever. So if it was voting day was the last time that we did that, man, maybe it was 3 weeks.
It was a long time ago. It might be. I have to look at a camera, but yeah.
That would be, that might actually be one of the longer times we've gone since podcasting. But
yeah, unless from when you were sick. That was pretty wild.
Maybe.
Pretty wild too.
Maybe.
But it's been a bit.
It has been a long
So we're happy
time.
to be back. Today is Tuesday, November 27th, 2018.
So,
why don't we talk about what we're wearing knit-wise?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm wearing the Burrow hat by Amanda Cole. And I've been wearing this thing pretty much nonstop for the last couple of months. I wear it everywhere. Even like early archery season, I was wearing it then. Not so much now just because I have to wear orange up there because it's rifle season. But just around, it's been awesome. It's been really, really nice to have. I knit it out of Spirit Trail Fiberworks, I think it was. Spirit Trail Fiberworks.
I think it's Fiberworks. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe Dye Works. I don't know. And it was their Cormo 1.0 colorway.
And you added a new embellishment.
I did. And actually, I've got a... I don't want to show this one because I modified it. But
right. We've got one right here.
We got some tags for our products that we've been knitting. All right, what else we got going on?
I'm wearing the Madewell cardigan by Locatelli, and this is just a blue yarn that I dyed before we even had the Woolen Homestead. So this is when I was kind of learning how to dye yarn, and I just did like a tonal blue. And with this dye technique, though, it really comes out kind of neat. So I really like the way of doing this as a tonal versus, you know, just kind of letting it sit in the pot. So yeah, I really like this. It's just a really nice basic cardigan, and I love it, and I want to knit another one.
Took you a long time to get that one done.
Oh, it did. It's because I have a million projects going on. It took me like a year.
And it's like sock weight yarn.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a small garment by any means, but I love it. I love it. It was totally worth it. So I definitely want to knit another one.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's it for what we're wearing.
We should do what we're drinking.
Oh yeah, I always forget that. Okay,
So
what are you drinking?
I am drinking peppermint tea because I got a pounding headache today.
Yes.
It is just bumping. My head is killing me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I've been out in the cold so much lately.
Probably.
I don't know.
Just like sinus or something.
Oh my gosh.
I've got...
Every morning I wake up with a headache.
I've got hazelnut decaf coffee that you got me. So
yeah.
sweet. And
you drink decaf now.
Yes, and honestly, I love it. I'm glad we made the switch, to be honest. And then I've got some pumpkin spice creamer left over from fall still, so I actually just finished it this morning, so. And then I've got my Keep Calm and Keep Knitting mug that my brother-in-law got me for Christmas last year, so.
And mine says hubby.
Yes. Because I got
my brother didn't get me for Christmas.
No.
My brother didn't get me for Christmas.
I got those matching mugs last year at Christmas time. They say hubby and wifey. And I love them so much.
So do I. Where'd you get these?
Target.
Target? Yeah.
Target.
Oh yeah, Threshold. Okay.
Yep.
We actually got a whole, like, set of Threshold dinnerware for our wedding.
Yes,
and
it's amazing.
The problem is that there was only one, we only got one set because we were thinking, oh yeah, we'll just pick up another set.
Yeah, they don't
we were
carry
younger,
anymore.
didn't think like, oh, if we're gonna put something on our wedding registry, we should ask for like a set of 8, you know, for 2 people rather than a set of 4. And we went back to buy the other set of 4, and they were sold out, and now they no longer make them. So we've got this beautiful set of 4,
pretty,
like
pottery.
Yeah, kind of almost like a china sort of thing. And it's beautiful, like beautifully glazed and everything.
It's so pretty.
And they completely discontinued them. And I've even tried looking on those sites. You know, there's like sites all over the place where they'll like sold out dinnerware sets and plates and things like that, and you can buy replacements. I think replacements.com I think is actually one of them.
Yes.
And nobody has them. Nobody has them. So yeah. We'll just break them out like special occasions.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
our
is
special
what we
china.
need to start doing.
Yeah.
Our special china, our Target, our special Target china.
Hey, whatever. we're fine.
Yeah. Anyways.
Real high class.
Right. So we got KALs next, don't we?
Yes. Why don't we get into Knitalongs? We just finished up the My Favorite Color is October KAL, and we've also still got the Basket of Mittens KAL going on. So any mittens that you knit, crochet them, weave them. I don't know. I've never seen
well, we actually finished the My Favorite Color is October KAL a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. But yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But we still got the Basket of Mittens KAL going on, and so any mittens that you want to knit, half gloves, fingerless mitts, anything like that is eligible. So that's still going on in the Ravelry group, and that goes till the end of the year, and this is the final year that we will be hosting that. We're co-hosting that with Carrie, who is my wool mitten on Instagram. And yeah, we talked and we said, okay, this is the last year of it. So get in your mittens while you can, and like I said, it goes till December 31st. So yes, so My Favorite Color is October KAL was supposed to end on November 15th. With everything that was going on, we weren't podcasting, we're like, just leave it up. Honestly, it didn't, for most of it, didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think to go in and close it, and I was like, you know what, we might as well just leave it up. At one point I thought that, you know, we might as well just leave it open until we podcast. So give everybody an extra chance. So some of you got in some extra entries. So that was awesome.
Yay for you guys.
Yes. So I was just like, let's just keep it open. So, yeah, so we drew some winners using random.org. And you guys, first of all, knit so many things. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing to see. Also, the chatter thread was fairly active. And I wanted to thank also the people that were answering other people's questions when I wasn't in there to answer them. I really, really appreciated that. I know, Tanya, you had answered a couple of questions in there, so thank you guys so much for keeping that going. And yes, so the winners. We have some winners. So let's show off some of the prizes. So this is one of the prize packs. So this is a project bag from Chasing Acorns, which is Kim. And this is a skein of I Dream in Vintage Fall from Queen Big Ears. It's Candy. And so those are going together. I thought those were really cute together. So I really like that. So the winner of that is post number 144, and your username is BorkP, which is Peggy. So congratulations, Peggy. Go ahead and message me on Ravelry with your information. I think I still have it from before, but go ahead and message it to me again, and we'll get that sent out to you. And the next gift set, super cute. This is a little fall prize pack. So we've got a DPN cozy from Lindsay, who's simply serving. We've also got 2 of her fall little progress keepers, which I don't know if those are gonna go into focus. There we go. So those are really cute. And then we've also got some little pumpkin stitch markers that came from Mary at Crafty Toots. So those are also little polymer clay pumpkins. So those are coming to you as well as a prize pack, and the winner of those is post number 39, which is Mystery Sewer, and that is Sandy. So Sandy, go ahead and give me your information on Ravelry as well, and we'll get that sent out to you. And the last prize for the FO thread is 2 skeins from Stacy, who's Pot of Coffee Knits, which, oh my gosh, I just love these together. I just thought that these had to go together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought this was kind of cute too, because Lindsay had sent us these little, it's a little radish and carrot. And I just thought, I don't know, I just thought those were kind of summery colors. I thought they just all kind of went together. So I put those together for a prize pack as well. And the winner of that is, let's see, post number 26. Your username is MC McAdams, and that's Monica. So Monica, go ahead and give me your information on Ravelry as well, and we'll get you your prize. So I'm going to go ahead and write down who got what so I remember. And then we'll go into chatter thread prizes. Okay, so the other things that we got to give away are some chatter thread prizes. So we have a bunch of patterns that were gifted to us for the Knitalongs. So the first one is Fast and Effective Hats for All by Amanda Cole. And that goes to post number 35. And that is username Beauty and the Sheep. That's Stephanie. So Stephanie, I'll let Amanda Cole know that you have won, and we'll get that pattern right out to you. And then the next prize is the Fallen Leaves Cowl by Esther, who has Star Fiber Studio. And that goes to post number 77, which your username is Spice2S, and that is Tara. And then we have the Chestnut Street Socks by Lindsay, who is from Simply Serving. And you, let's see, the person who won that, I don't have your actual name, but your username, I'm not going to pronounce it because I don't want to pronounce it right, or pronounce it wrong. I don't want to pronounce it right. Is THAK Yuki, Y-U-K-I.
Thak Yuki.
Thak Yuki, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, you are the winner of the Chestnut Street Socks. And then we also have the Lumberjill Mittens, which is from Lindsay of Simply Serving. And that goes to Kathleen, who we've met at the Fiber Festival in Allegan and at Ann Arbor. And her username is Mom2MDAC. And the last prize is the Spanish Moss Hat Collection by Amanda Cole, and that goes to post number 83, whose username is My Donkey, and that's Maria. So congratulations, Maria. I'm, like I said, for you guys that won patterns, I'm going to get your names out to the designers, and then they will gift you guys the patterns. So thank you guys so much for participating in the knit-along. It was so much fun to see everybody's fall knits.
Definitely.
It was great. So
a lot of really cool projects in there, too.
yes. So, all right, guys, let's move on to finished objects. Okay, so I only have one finished object this week, and
I have none.
and I don't have it with me. It is the washcloth that I made for church. So
I was actually on the table the other day.
What was that?
It was on the table the other day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. So it's the Grandmother's Favorite by Vintage on Ravelry. And that's the one that I knit. It was like a baby blue color, and I totally forgot to grab a picture of it. So, but that's what I knit, but you guys have all seen it. It's just a washcloth, so you know what it is. But, so that's finished objects. So, for my half-finished object, I have the Yuletide Mittens by Lindsay Goodall, who is Simply Serving. And this was a test knit, and I'm the worst test knitter in the world. I got one mitten done. And, oh my gosh, I love these though. How beautiful is this?
They're awesome.
I love it so much. And this is what it looks like. And this is a worsted weight pattern. And they fit perfect. So I simply adore these. I'm so excited. That's what the other side looks like. And oh, the thumb. How beautiful is that thumb? So yes, I need to cast on the second one. So I'm so sorry, Lindsay, that I really sucked at this testing. But she's been so sweet and so understanding, and she also has a swap package headed her way, so I'm excited about that. Because she was
Today,
so sweet.
actually.
Yes, it's going out today, so
I'm dropping it off on the way to the woods.
yes. And I'll have to show you guys in acquisitions what she sent me as well. We're probably not going to be able to film this whole entire podcast in one setting today because I have to get to work at 12:30.
So, for all they know, we're just going to change clothes
yeah,
for the podcast.
we're going to have a wardrobe change, so you guys won't know the difference. We're just going to look totally different.
Just told them to stay away.
The time won't pass. How about that?
Yeah,
They'll just have to wait like a second and then we'll be there. So
it'll probably be a different camera angle too.
yeah,
you know,
it's gonna be all different, but we know you guys don't mind. So the bag that I've got is my favorite color is October bag from Jamie of Random Fandom Bags, and I just love this so much. So there's the back side, and so pretty. So I cannot wait to start my other mitten and finish it because it knits up so fast. So I'll let you guys know when it's released. And yeah, I just can't wait. So love that pattern. And it's really, really like addictive. Like the color work is just really, really nice, and oh, I loved it. So that is what I've got for half finished objects. Do you want to show your work in progress?
Yeah, I've only done a couple of rows on the socks from hell, but they're here.
The socks from hell.
They are. And I'm determined to get them done because I want to cast on another pair of socks that'll be kinder to me. But hey, on the upside, I found my other needles.
Yes.
So these are High Sharps size 1, and they're an 8-inch.
Right.
And I had lost my needle, so I was working with 3 8-inches and a 6-inch, and that was infuriating. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what.
Sharp.
They are really sharp. Working with a 6-inch when you've got 3 other 8 inches is the weirdest feeling ever. It's it doesn't feel right, and you feel like everything's gonna slip off your needles because you're so used to the 8 inches. But yeah, that's how these are coming along. This is in our Blueberry Crumb Cake colorway, and I have to get these done. I say that every freaking week, but do you have a goal in mind for when you want to have them done by? No, because when I say that I've got a goal in mind, I just don't do it. Yeah, you're like me. I'm the same way. So, but I'm on the decrease for the gusset, and it's going really well, actually. I mean, the worst of it's over. I hate a heel flap gusset, man. It's just... We'll have to try the Fish Lips Kiss heel next time. Heck yeah, we will. But right now, I've got the worst of it done, which is the heel flap and the gusset itself. Now the decreases aren't so bad. I don't mind decreases, especially with the highs, because they just are surgical. You know, they are. They right in there. Get in there and get them out. It's awesome. And so now it's just a matter of sitting down and getting it to the point where I can just work in the round. Yeah. Because once you just work in the round, it goes super fast. I got from the cuff to the actual heel flap done in I don't know, it felt like an afternoon or two. Yeah, you got it done really fast. Once you just put your mind to it, you're like, I'm getting this. Right. It was done. The only problem is when I do my foot, the foot is almost as long as the actual the leg portion. Yeah. Sometimes I think it's actually even a little bit longer. Yeah, it is. Because my feet are size 13, so 12, 13, depending on which shoes I'm wearing. And so there's quite a bit of length there. Luckily my feet aren't super big or round, so the 72 stitch works for me. I know when my mom knits stuff for my dad, his feet are shorter than mine, but they're really, really big around, and I don't think 72 works for him. I think she has to go up to 80 or something. Right. And she's usually his worsted weight too. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of nice too. It goes quicker. Yeah. No, I thought she did a pair of... I could have swore she did a pair of fingering weight socks for him at one point. For Christmas one year or something. I don't know. But, see, you and your mom are lucky. You guys don't have We're almost the same. Yeah. She just has a little bit bigger feet than me, so if I knit my socks just a little bit too big, I just give them to her, and she loves it. She's always excited when I knit mine too big. I'll be knitting them, she goes, you should really knit those too big. Love it. But this is the DPN cozy I've gotten. This is from Lindsay at Simply Serving, and yeah, how cool is that? Buffalo plaid. It matches, and hey, I've got a green shirt underneath too. I just realized that. I'm coordinating with my own. That's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, this is from Lindsay at Simply Serving, and it's got kind of a wood grain interior. I love that. Oh, it's awesome. And what's really cool is having 8-inch. Yep, see, I went and lost my. This is how you lose them. It's exactly how I lose them, actually. But yeah, it's so cool to have the 8-inch DPN cozies. You don't find them very often, I feel like, especially at fiber shows. We were at I want to say Allegan. But yeah, and there wasn't a lot of 8-inch DPN cozies. Right. 6-inch all day, but not a lot of 8-inch. And for me, my hands, well, to give you an idea, I mean, that 8-inch DPN is the length of my hand. Small minor. So, when you look at... And probably a 6-inch is the same size on you. Probably, yeah. And so to manipulate these needles, it's so much easier for my hands to have an 8-inch than it is a 6-inch. And I've got to get a couple of sets of 6-inch though, because there's some really cool DPN. And actually, I've got a couple of DPN cozies in 6-inch.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What have you got?
I've got this sweater, the gin and tonic sweater. So this was like my therapy knit through all of this with Benny. Like I stuck to this. I was actually really a monogamous knitter on this for the last 3 weeks, which is really weird.
Well, you had a goal to finish it by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I wanted to finish it by Thanksgiving. I did not.
See, that happens to me too. That's why I don't set goals.
I tried though.
That's the healthy way of looking at life. Don't set goals.
Yeah, just don't do them. Why bother? So I wanted to finish it by Thanksgiving because originally I was not going to do the cowl neck that goes with this sweater. I was just going to do a regular 2x2 rib neck. And I got to Thanksgiving and I was at the short row shaping at the top of the neck. I was really close to having this done had I not done the, like if I would have gone with not doing the cowl neck. But there was a couple days right before Thanksgiving where it was very stressful with everything that was going on with Benny.
Oh
it was very depressing and I didn't even want to pick up my needles half the time. Like there was just too much. It was the last thing I wanted to do at that point. So there was a couple days of knitting before Thanksgiving that I lost. So I might have actually been able to make it. However though, once a couple days ago, I got to the neck and I tried it on, like if I was going to do it without the collar neck, and I was like, you know what? It's past Thanksgiving. I might as well do the whole thing. So, because I kind of didn't love it with just the short neck. So this is where I'm at. And if you can see my little, where's my little guy? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I just took a knitting needle to the eye there.
Sorry. That would be bad.
After the wardrobe change, you'd see an eye patch.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. I mean,
no, what? She almost did it again.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this.
Thank you.
Okay, so not funny, haha. just kind of funny.
Well, then what kind of funny then?
So this is where my stitch marker was. This is where I was at last time that we chatted, and that is a Simply Serving stitch marker as well. Up. I know. Yeah, I gotta show you guys that. That's insane. So this is
loosen up, really. This
is a little beaver. I can't get him to focus. And he's so cute. Oh, he's coming. There we go. Look at his little buck teeth. Oh, God, it kills me. Okay, I love him so much. So, yes. So, the sleeves were knit first.
Thank you.
Over here. The sleeves were knit first, and I started this sweater January 1st of this year. So, this has been a while. And the sleeves were knit first, and then I attached the sleeves and, started working up, and you will see once I noticed that I was trying this on that holy cow did my gauge change like dramatically. So yeah, you can see it right there, like really obvious. So you can see this is the sleeve and it's really tight, and then up here it's like way loose. So that was kind of interesting.
Why do you think that happened?
I have no idea. The only thing I could think of is that like when I got to where the sleeves were attaching, I was trying to go faster. So I'm wondering if I just was knitting looser that way.
The whole body.
Well, I think maybe that is just because like you have like the weight of the project like pulling it down. That's the only thing I could think of.
Did you switch needles at all? I guess it is kind of similar down farther. Like it kind of tightens.
It's once you get up to
or it kind of loosens as you go up.
Yeah, it's really where like the arms are attached, I think.
Yeah, it kind of loosens. It starts out tighter and then loosens as it goes up.
Yeah, like it was dramatic.
It is kind of dramatic.
It really is. So,
but since it's equal on both sides, it doesn't look
it's a design
bad.
element.
It kind of looks like a design element. There you go.
So I'm just gonna block the crap out of the arms, anyways, because, which is funny, is I'm glad that the body turned out looser, because I think like the arms are kind of tight and they're not supposed to be. So I think it worked out better actually. So, and I had actually gone down a needle size from the project recommendation, because when I swatched, that's what worked. So it's pretty crazy how that all happened.
You're knitting tighter.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I have no idea why. This was done magic loop. I don't know if maybe that's why.
Maybe.
But that's the only thing I could think of. But.
Wow, it's just crazy. Like, and I'm sure it'll show up on camera, but in person, it's it's definitely, you can see it.
Yeah, you really, really can. So I'm hoping blacking will help even it out, but...
What's cool is to feel the difference in the pliability of the finished like, texture. This is so pliable, and this is definitely a lot stiffer.
Yeah.
Has more resistance.
Much more drape to it. But yes, that's where I'm at.
Looks nice though.
I am. Thanks, babe. This is, I know. I got it. Don't worry. I'm gonna not poke your eyes out. I'm gonna not have a pirate for a husband. So this is our Marvelous colorway. This is on our Polworth DK base. And yeah, I'm really, really excited. It fits, which I'm really excited about. So that's all I really care at this point. Because I hate when a sweater's too small. It's the worst. So I will take too big. And it's not really too big. So that's the good part. It means a little oversized in the upper area. The upper chest area. But like I said, that's where the gauge changed the most.
Yep.
So, but I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I'm happy. So yes, that should be done by next time. My next goal is to have it done by December 1st. That's the Saturday. I think I can do it. I think I can. So hopefully I get it done. And that's by Thea Coleman. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, it's Gin and Tonic. And then I've got one more work in progress. And this is in a bag from Lindsay at Simply Serving. And we had done a swap. So I'm showing you guys a little bit ahead of acquisitions. But this is the bag that she sent me. And I just thought this bag was so freaking cute. I love it so much. Oh my gosh.
I might as well show mine now too.
Yes,
I just switched my my socks from Hell over to this.
Oh, you know what? I think this is actually, she sent me a package for doing the mittens. Now that I think about it. This wasn't from our swap. So yeah, I totally got them mixed up.
She's so generous.
She is. She's the sweetest. She sent me a gift package for test knitting and I sucked at it. It was so sweet. So thank you, Lindsay.
But I got one of her takeout bags for our swap that we had done. And this is like, it's got cardinals on it.
So pretty.
Still buffalo plaid in there. How cool is that?
All the buffalo
I love
plaid.
these take-along bags, man. These,
I know it.
They've got like a ruler on them for quick measurements, which is pretty cool. And there's a metal D-ring on the side that you can put a carabiner on. You can, I mean, tie it to your motorcycle, whatever you want to do. And then inside, there's maroon. It's like a canvas type of fabric, which is awesome. And then there's the, her logo, Simply Serving logo. It's gonna fight us every step of the way. There we go. All right. So yeah, and it's got cardinals on it. I had wanted a. Well, you had said, what would you like when we do our swap? And I'm like, man, I really would like a Christmas bag. Yeah. I think that would be pretty cool because I didn't have one, and I had a really cool fall themed bag. Now I got a cool Christmas bag, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, these takeout bags are just about the best size ever. You can just stash them right in a backpack, or if you're a lady, a purse. I mean, you can be a guy in a purse too. Hey, I don't judge. But, they just fit. And they fit anywhere you want to stash them. A glove compartment.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love this fabric too. It makes me so happy. But I did cast on a new project. So I was on Instagram the night of Thanksgiving, and I saw that Chelsea from Legacy Fiber Arts, that she had cast on, I think she had cast it on before Thanksgiving, her like a Christmas self-striping sock. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Like I really want to do that because it's the start of Christmas, even though I start listening to music like way ahead of time, but I just thought that was kind of a neat way to like, I don't know, kind of welcome in the Christmas season, was to do a Christmas sock cast on. So I cast on this little guy on the night of Thanksgiving, and this is from Mint Rain Hand Dyed Yarns. This is her Holly Jolly colorway, and I love it so much. It's so Christmassy. So I've just got 2x2 rib. It's a 64 stitch count. These are Hiya. Actually, these are just Hiya, not the sharps.
And those were what I was using. Was one of yours.
Yeah, you were using one of these in comparison to those really, really long ones. And yes, I am really loving this. This is the cake. And it's just so cute. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with having this on the go. And I have my stitch marker that I'm going to put on here from Lindsay at Simply Serving. And this is from our swap. And this is just the perfect progress keeper to go on here. Oh my gosh, I adore this one. There he is. So he's a little snowman, hot cocoa. And look at his little heart marshmallows, and he's got a little candy cane mug holder, or handle. That's the word, handle. Gosh, me and words, man.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't happen for me. Never. I can't say anything right. So that is from Lindsay. I love it so much. And I'm going to put it on my project right now, so I've got my placeholder. But yeah, that is it for what I am knitting right now. And that's all you've got too, right, to show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I got that hat, but I'm not going to show that.
Oh, yeah. You didn't really get to work on that.
No, not at all.
So I'm going to show next my spinning, because I didn't show that last time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. So for spinning, I finished a good couple of weeks ago my Ice Melon Stash fiber that I got from her at, I got this at Cardigan this last year. And this is the Pleased as Patina colorway, and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. Pleased as Patina, if you will. And yeah, I really love it. And it's thicker than I had planned. I was going for a worsted, and I think I ended up with like a Aran to bulky weight. So I don't know. I really want to use it in my Shift Cowl by Andrew Mowry, which I have not started, but I was spinning for it. So I'll have to see once I get ready to cast on if this will work for it. I really want to use it for that, so we'll see. Yeah, and I got 166 yards out of it. So I forgot to do the wraps per inch, so I don't know what that is, but based on yardage was kind of what I figured out the weight of it. So yeah, that is it for my spinning. I really enjoyed it. I did the short backwards draft with it, with letting twist in, and yeah, I really loved it. So that's it for my spinning this week. Okay, so acquisitions. Like I said, Lindsay did a swap with us. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so if you've been on her Instagram, you've seen these stitch minders that she's got. How freaking cool is this? This is a Hogwarts one, and it looks like a wax mark.
Yeah, a wax seal.
Yeah, wax seal. And oh my gosh, it's so amazing. So this is for like if you cross stitch or you embroider, you put your needle on there. It's a magnet, so it holds it for you. So I do cross stitch and embroider. I have not cross stitched in a long time, but I do have an embroidery project going on, like red work. So it's kind of cool that this is red too. So I'm really excited to use this. I'm hoping it'll kind of like encourage me to work on it more. So I'm really excited because I love it when I do it. I just never think to do it because, you know, I'm knitting. So she sent me, oh my gosh, a ton of progress keepers because she is the sweetest person ever. And obviously, you know, you can have some of these as well. Right. I'm not going to be a greedy Gus. So this is...
Bring it up above my face.
There we go.
There we go.
This is another little mug with a little panda on it. And oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love that. Super cute. And then, look at, she sent this whole little baggie full of them. And oh my gosh. We both were loving on these. Like, they're just the cutest thing ever. So I might have you help me with some focusing.
Yeah.
So there's a cute little puppy dog house. Oh my god, I love that one so much. I love anything puppy dog. Then there's the little corn dog.
This actually inspired me to eat some corn dogs the other day.
Totally did. We got corn dogs after this.
And they were so good.
So if you see his little head's like a little corn dog. So there we go. So yeah, he's like a little corn dog. And this one, oh my gosh. I had asked her for this one when we did our swap. Because he is so darn cute. So this is a little weenie dog with a little hot dog bun. A little ketchup. Does he have mustard? Yeah, mustard too. Oh, love him. Love him. So much. Oh, this is really pretty. So this is a little gingerbread. Like a little, like a cookie. And it's got a little star on it. And, oh, so cute. I love gingerbread cookies. They're one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love them. And then this guy, these little pot stickers. Is that what those are?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but they're really cute.
They are really cool.
And I just love his little face. Oh, look how cute he is. And I like how it's like translucent or transparent.
I think those are interchangeable.
Okay, you can see through it. And I just think that's
actually,
so cool.
I'll bet you translucent means that light goes through it.
Oh.
And transparent means you can see through it. That would be my guess, just like breaking down the word.
Yeah. Breaking out your Latin.
Yeah.
So this is, yeah, we're just gonna go with it. This is a little skunk. And I think he is so darn cute too. Oh, look at his little face. I love the little like woodland critters. I think they are too darn cute. And then she also sent a little raccoon. He's so cute too. So we have like the whole little critter family, I think. We've got a bear. We've got a beaver, deer. Oh my gosh, I love it. We are Lindsay's super fans.
We are.
We love
for sure. If you guys don't know that.
Yeah.
You've been watching for any amount of time, you would know.
Stuff.
But yeah, and then I got, like we mentioned earlier, I got this awesome takeout bag. And
yeah.
So
cute. Love it. So, yeah, that is it for acquisitions. And let's see, why don't we go into shop update, which actually Ethan is going to film a little bit later when I go to work, just because we are running out of time. So I will insert that here, and then after that we're going to talk about life stuff together.
Okay, so today is tomorrow, and we're going to show you guys what's in the shop right now.
And I'm in my jammies.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
I'm not. I actually got dressed this morning. But yesterday,
it's my day off.
Yesterday we were going to show you everything that was in the shop, and then we were going to do life stuff today, but that didn't work out. I just ended up getting really busy yesterday and didn't have time to finish up the shop stuff. So that is why it's a different camera angle and why we're both in different clothes. And we're going Christmas shopping today.
Yes.
But that's for life stuff.
So exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's in the shop today? We have You're a Firework, and this is on a really light gray base. And it's got some deep purples, some bright pinks. It's a really pretty colorway, I think, and it's got some pretty fine speckles in there, and then there's some heavier speckling throughout as well. And this would go really well in socks, a shawl. I mean, pretty much anything.
Someone's been knitting socks and sharing that on Instagram too.
Oh, right on.
It's really cute.
And that's on our sturdy sock base, which is a 75-25 merino nylon. So this is pine cone. This is on our Polworth DK base, and this is just kind of like a brown tonal. I really, really like this color. I'm super pumped with how this turned out. This was actually, these were kind of left over from a batch that we did for a custom order, and we decided to just throw them in the shop. Figured that people would end up liking them. Some of them had gone towards a flannel and bonfire autumn shawl kit.
Ode to Autumn kit.
Ode to Autumn shawl kit. And what a great choice that was. I mean, when I put that kit together, I was looking at it going, wow.
So I think we still have a kit for
do
that
we?
one, do we? Nope, we sold that one. We just have the original Ode to Autumn kit. Okay, I just wanted to double check.
We'll show the original Ode to Autumn kit as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is kind of like almost like a chestnut brown.
So pretty.
But we call it pine cone, and it's got a lot of variation in the depth of the brown in there, and that was intentional because anytime I do like a nature inspired colorway, I like to really duplicate the colors that I see in nature. And one of the things you hardly ever see in nature is solid colors.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
ever. If you look at pretty much anything, down to a blade of grass, like you would think a blade of grass is just solid green, and when you really start looking at it, if you get a I was gonna say a microscope out, but a magnifying glass, you can see all sorts of greens and yellows and everything in there. So that's part of the reason I tend to go with a lot of tonality. This one's a little bit more solid than I usually go with, but because it was designed for the kits themselves. But it still looks, to me, it reminds me a lot of a pine cone. It's really got that pine cone brown. We also have Hunter's Orange. And this is on our sturdy sock base, and this will probably be the last week that we dye this Whatever's in the shop, unless we need a custom order or something. I doubt we're going to probably put much of this in just because hunting season's over. But this is like a blaze orange, bright orange base. And this is, I mean, even if you're not a hunter, this is really good for runners, joggers.
Totally. I didn't even think about
anybody, anything you need high visibility for. If you've got a friend or you are yourself like a jogger or a runner, like a sock head hat or a headband out of this would be awesome.
I knew someone that had done one in like a highlighter yellow, and this would totally be in the same vein.
Anything to increase visibility. And so, you know, for hunters, the reason you wear the hunter's orange is so you don't get shot at, so that, you know, when you're moving through brush, people don't mistake you. Absolutely. Don't mistake you for a deer. But any other time that you would need a high visibility application, if you have any road workers and construction workers in your family, I mean, this would make a good clothing for them as well. So,
or if you just like orange.
Yeah, or if you just like orange, or you could pair it with something else.
Oh yeah, something fun.
Especially if you've got some purples or some blues in there, that would look really nice. So this is on our sturdy sock base as well. We also have corn maze in stock. This is a tonal yellow. It's just a really bright sunny yellow on sturdy sock. And we used to have vintage blue jeans, which was like a dark blue tonal for this, and I used to pair these together every single podcast for, you know, blue and gold for Michigan, U of M, go blue. And sadly, sadly we lost to Ohio, which hurt a lot. But anyway, we've also got butterscotch, and this is on our sturdy sock base. I love this colorway. It's just, to me, so warm. It reminds me of when Mom, when I was a kid, would like make candy in the kitchen, and she would make butterscotch rock candy. And it, like, that's my favorite.
She's a good flavor too.
Like, my favorite flavor of rock candy is butterscotch.
Yum.
And this was more of like inspired by butterscotch than actually looking at a picture of butterscotch rock candy, because if I would have done that, I'd put more orange into it.
Sure.
But it was the warmth that I kind of felt from the colorway.
Yeah.
And she actually named this too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I showed it to her, and she named it. She named it butterscotch. I'm like,
I forgot about that. That's so cute.
So it's just a bright sunny yellow with flecks of deep dark brown in it. We also have pumpkin spice. And this is another one of those colorways that's, it's technically a fall colorway, but it goes with so many other things. I mean, this is just to show an example. This is the pine cone. So this is on Polar DK. This is the sturdy sock. Thank you. Sturdy sock pumpkin spice. And I mean, these two together, I think, go really, really well. Just the colors themselves.
Yeah.
So if you've got any kind of a earth tone to pair this with, I think it works really, really well. But you could even go with something like your firework, purples or blues, you know, because it's got so much of that rusty burnt orange in it. And this just has a lot of orange. It goes from like a darker, deeper orange to like a yellowish orange. And it's just kind of like tonal throughout. We also have you gotta help me out with this one. I'm blanking.
Solstice Twilight.
Thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. You guys ever do that where you you know something? I think I even came up with the name for this.
You did?
Too.
Yeah, that's okay though.
Yeah, we just haven't had it in the shop for a long time.
Yeah,
Solstice
it's been
Twilight.
forever.
Yes, I do that all the time, by the way.
That's okay. I do too. Don't worry.
Solstice Twilight. Well, here's what messes me up. We've got kind of a similar colorway, Moonlight Sonata, and
I love
because
that
I hear
colorway.
Twilight and Moonlight, I get those two like switched around in my head. But anyway, I love this colorway too.
Me too. I did my Christmas Eve cast on with that colorway last year.
Yeah.
I love it. I actually had kind of forgotten about that one, so I'm glad you dyed it up again because I love it.
But this is kind of like a lilac. It's got lilac throughout it, with bright blue and gold and purple and pink speckles.
If you love pastels, this is your colorway.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, it's just the perfect amount of pastel. I love it.
I love this one. And we also have some pastels in this. This one is chrysalis. And man, I really, really like this colorway.
I do too.
this was one, it's kind of a pain to dye.
Those are the best ones. The best ones are the ones that are the hardest to dye.
Yeah, anytime that I go outside the box and kind of go with a different dye method and just kind of experiment, I usually love the results.
Yes.
But it usually also turns into something that's kind of difficult to dye and to reproduce, and this is one of those colorways. But I love the bright greens in there.
I love the variation of the greens too.
Totally. And you can see there's some pink throughout there, some green speckles, but here's my favorite, right here. Boom, this gold right here. I love the way that the gold contrasts with the green. There's also some blue speckled throughout that as well. I like the pastel pink in there.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Chrysalis, and this is on our sturdy sock base as well. Alright, so that is what is in the shop currently. I'm going to also show you guys some of what's going to be in the shop on Friday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is what's in the shop. Oh, wait, I forgot. We got one more. We got the Ode to Autumn shawl kit.
Yes. I'm glad you remembered that. I forgot about that too. Even though we were just talking about it.
We've had a lot of custom orders for those, so.
Oh, and we also have a pumpkin spice on MCN.
Yes, we do. All right, I'll show the pumpkin spice on MCN first.
Okay.
So we also have pumpkin spice on MCN. And what's interesting is, do you see the difference in these colors? This is sturdy sock, this is MCN. And these were actually, they were dyed in different batches, but using an identical dye method with identical amount of dye in the same volume, in the same pot with the same volume of water, or the same size pot rather, with the same volume of water, set for the exact same amount of time down to the minute. And you get a difference in those. And sturdy sock and merino cashmere nylon. And it just, different bases take up dye differently. We see that a lot with Polworth DK, between Polworth DK and MCN. Actually, as a matter of fact, I've got another example to show you of that. We have, now with speckled yarn, it's a little bit less noticeable. At times, but we also have, this is for a custom order, this is not in the shop, it's for a custom order that we're working on currently, that we're about half finished with, but we have Autumn Leaves on MCN and we have it on our Polworth DK, and you can see on the MCN, if you look at the base, it looks a little bit differently. Not enough that you really notice it tremendously. And under this lighting, it's hardly perceptible. But you can see a little bit of a difference. I think that the MCN's a little bit brighter.
That's what I was thinking too. It's a little more vibrant.
But I actually like this a lot.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting how stuff transfers over between bases.
It really is.
You see it a lot between MCN and sturdy sock. And you also see it a ton between worsted and sturdy sock. Worsted and sturdy sock makes a huge difference. So we also have an Ode to Autumn shawl kit, and if you guys haven't seen the Ode to Autumn shawl, definitely check that out.
It's amazing. By Jennifer from Driftless Knitter.
Yeah, she did an amazing job with that shawl.
It's a nice size DK shawl, so I feel like bigger shawls are really in, and I love them personally. I love a big shawl, and it's just so cozy. Oh, I can't wait to make one.
But anyway, we got... it's going to take 3 skeins of DK total, and if I remember correctly, she used almost everything.
Yeah, yep.
It was like down to the end of the yarn. She used almost everything, so
you're not gonna have leftovers, which is nice.
You will not. Which is kind of nice. When you pay for all that yarn, it's kind of cool to use all of the yarn.
Yep.
So that's an Ode to Autumn shawl kit. It's going to be 2 skeins of our Autumn Leaves and 1 skein of our Ruby colorway.
Yep, all on DK.
She made a great pick. That's what she made her Ode to Autumn shawl with.
Yep.
And
she chose the colors. So.
She did choose the colors. That wasn't even any input from us.
Nope, that was all Jennifer. So it was beautiful.
Just one of those people that picks colors really well.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, that is what is currently in the shop, and then I will show you now what is going to be in the shop on Friday. We didn't have an update last week, but we will have an update this week. Yes. So we're pretty excited for that.
Okay, so for coming to the shop this Friday on the 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have something a little bit different. We will have more yarn, but something else that we're going to have is a already knit hat. So I had mentioned this a while ago that I've had some people like in our community, not even the knitting community, but just in general, like coworkers and things like that have said, you know, oh, I'd really want to buy a hat, you know, can you knit me a hat, things like that. And so this is kind of my way of taking care of that. So,
or if you're already fed up with gift knitting,
yeah, and you don't want to knit anymore, we got a pre-made hat. And we also put these really cute little tags on. I know yesterday we showed you guys the tag, but I actually put it on yesterday. Yeah.
Same video.
In the same video.
Let's see if we can, there we go.
So there's our tag. So that's what the tag looks like, and it says TWH for the Woolen Homestead. But it's just a bulky knit hat and with the cute little pom-pom on top. And yeah, so that's going to be in our shop. I'll show you what it looks like. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
Those are very in right now. I see.
Oh yeah, they are.
Everybody wearing them.
A lot of people will sell them at like craft markets and stuff too. But these are really fun to knit too. Like it was really fun to whip this up. So yeah, definitely. If you're not wanting to gift it anymore, if you know one that doesn't knit and they just want to purchase the hat already made, that's definitely an option too. So that just this one will be in the shop this Friday. So yeah, and now we're gonna show you guys the yarn, what we got coming.
So we also have Sleigh Ride, and this is going to be in the shop. This is a one-of-a-kind on Sturdy Sock. Actually, everything we're putting into the shop this Friday is going to be on Sturdy Sock. I dyed up a ton of Sturdy Sock, and the dogs agree. So this is a red-pink base with blue speckles and brown streaks throughout. It's not really speckled, I should say. It's more streaked. There's not a lot of fine speckling in here, but see if we can get that to focus up. There we go. There's not a lot of fine speckling in here, but these are definitely going to make some awesome color runs, I think. Oh, I also wanted to mention Moonlight Sonata. This, dang it, I did it again. Solstice Twilight. Solstice Twilight will be in the shop on Friday. It's not currently stocked in the shop. This is one of the ones that I dyed up. I don't know how I was thinking that.
Right, I didn't even catch it either, and I had the shop like open right here.
It's Wednesday. Like, it's not even a Monday.
I know it.
I don't know.
That's okay. So yeah, that will be in the shop. It's not
currently in the shop. Yep. We are also bringing back Dragon Egg.
Yes.
How cool is this? And actually, somebody's designing with this, aren't they?
Yes. Mina Phillip from the Knitting Expat. Oh my gosh. Like, I totally fangirled over this. Like, it was the coolest thing ever when she messaged us and said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to be designing for the, I think she calls it the 4 Seasons Sock Club that she's doing coming in the new year. She's designing with it, with that colorway for it. So, oh my gosh, I was really happy to dye this up. It's been a long time since I have. And this is like it's like a rustic green base with some orange, like burnt orange rusty speckles with black speckles as well. And when I saw this the first time I dyed it up, I was like, that's Dragon Egg. Totally. That's what I like if you had to say, hey, picture a Dragon Egg, draw it out with crayons, like that's what I would do. That's your vision.
Burnt orange, green, and black. So
it's perfect.
Yeah. We also have Baby It's Cold Outside. Perfect winter colorway. And this one has a little bit more blue in it. You guys asked for it. We delivered. This is just got a little bit more speckling throughout, so you get a little bit more blue. And it's going to be a little bit more even going down the skein as well. So
the old version had quite a bit of white to it. It was very, very lightly speckled. So now this one's got more to it.
And there's some really fine blue speckles in there. Nice, deep blue. Baby It's Cold Outside. This is one of my favorite colorways. I love this one. It's so pretty. And I'm always comfortable dyeing it, and I think it's because it's like really similar to something I would dye up.
Yeah.
This is actually one of her colorways.
Yeah, and I did it way at the beginning.
It's so nerve-wracking dyeing up someone else's colorways.
It is. Whenever I've tried to help finish up some of his colorways, sometimes like I'll be out there helping him dye, and it's like I'm like, nope, you got to do this. I do not want to do this. It's nerve-wracking.
It is so nerve-wracking.
Or like when I was dyeing up your colorway Lovebird for my shawl.
Yeah.
That was stressful.
It gets rough. For me, the hardest one is my favorite color is October. Oh, no, it's Blueberry Crumb Cake of yours.
That one's just such a
finicky.
It is. It's very finicky. It never turns out the same. It's
No, it
frustrating.
But we love it.
Yes, we do. I do love it. But it is really hard to dye.
This is Hagrid's Happy Hour. This one is just some really complex greens over a white base with some purples and pinks
I love this
speckled
one.
throughout there, and there's some browns and just a hint of gold in there as well.
I don't think we've had this in a while.
We have not.
Got some oldies.
We do have some oldies. I was feeling nostalgic
Yep.
the other day. We're also going to have Christmas tree bubble lights,
I love this
which
one
I think
so
was
much.
the first Christmas colorway I ever
I
dyed.
think it is, yeah.
Yep.
I love this one.
And this has some teal, some red, there's some yellow, some greens. If you guys have ever seen Christmas like bubble lights, they're basically, for those that haven't seen them, it's basically a glass tube with a light bulb underneath of it, and the light bulb's enclosed, and then there's fluid inside that tube, and the fluid is colored, well, it's like water, I think, and it's like food colored, basically, the water is, so you get like a green one and a blue one, well, actually all of these colors.
Yeah.
And as the light bulb heats up, it creates little pockets of air or bubbles to go up, and so these Christmas tree bubble lights will basically bubble. They're lights that bubble. And if
Yeah.
you've never seen them before, you can either look up Christmas tree bubble lights, or you can watch our old Christmas vlogs from last year. There's some shots of our Christmas tree that have them on there.
Yeah.
We both love them. They've been
So fun.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
They just add kind of like a dynamic element to Christmas tree without being obnoxious. You know?
We're getting our Christmas tree next week. We're so excited.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll all go along too.
Yes, you will.
We always vlog it.
Yep. That's
Okay,
exciting.
so yeah, that's what's going to be in the shop. Just as a reminder, shop updates Friday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can find us at thewoolenhomestead.etsy.com.
Yes.
And you can also check out pictures that we'll be posting on Friday on Instagram at the Woolen Homestead.
Yep.
So
You'll see it all
hope
there.
to see you guys there. Now we're going into life stuff, right?
Yes. Yep. So it's life stuff
Lots
time.
of life stuff.
All right. Okay. Life stuff. So
Life stuff.
yeah, I'm glad we're redoing this because
We had done it yesterday, and it was
slash
just
same video,
such a rush.
yeah, it was. I was battling the time to try to get to work on
Like-
time, so it was just
Like a bad rush, not a good rush.
yeah, not a bad rush or not a good rush. It was bad. So yeah, we just were like, let's just start over. So yes, life stuff. It has been quite the life the last couple of weeks.
It has been. Life kind of came at us with its pants down.
Yeah, it really
It
did.
was really, oh my gosh. Well, okay, so starting November 4th, yeah, because it was the Sunday before voting day.
Yes.
We'll start with the Benny, the whole
Yes.
Benny saga.
Yes,
so that
if
you guys
you've
can
been following on Instagram,
Oh, my Lord.
you've known about our yellow lab Benny, who's 6, almost 7, and he got really, really sick. So yeah, so on
Yeah,
the
so
5th.
the 4th.
Oh, the 4th. Okay.
November the 4th. So, on November the 4th, Benny, our yellow lab, ate breakfast just fine. And then for dinner, he didn't eat anything. Wouldn't touch his food bowl. Wouldn't go near it, which for a yellow lab's a little weird.
Yeah, it's not like him.
It's not like him. And we didn't think anything of it, really. We just kind of put his food up. He'd already eaten that day, no problem. And, I mean, dogs, like, they don't... And dogs just go once in a while without eating. Whether it's just a stomach bug, or they're just feeling a little off, or
Yeah, 'cause-
there's company over and they don't want to eat because they want to be
Right.
with the company instead.
And they had done that, both of them had done that a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah.
I thought and they got over it and they got back to normal. So we thought it was kind of maybe leftovers from that at
Yep.
first.
And so we weren't overly concerned. And then Monday came, and he still wouldn't eat breakfast, and again, we weren't really worried. And then Monday night, he wouldn't eat any breakfast, but he was still eating things we would hand feed him, like if we wanted to give him like a little piece of
Oh, yeah, I
toast or
forgot about
something,
that.
he would
Yep.
eat that. He'd eat I got him to eat some chicken and rice.
Especially if the other dogs were there, he was like, "Oh well,
Yeah.
you're gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it." So.
Exactly, and we got him to eat some chicken and rice, and then like an animal cracker, just kind of test, not like a lot. I mean, I don't want to hear a bunch of people telling me not to feed the dog animal crackers. We don't
Just a
feed the dog
couple.
animal crackers. We're just like testing, like is he still eating
Sure,
anything
yeah.
more, you know? And a dog that won't eat an animal cracker is a pretty sick dog. Yeah.
For sure.
And so we feed him a little bit of animal crackers, and he would eat those just kind of like hesitantly. And then Tuesday came around, and he still kind of wasn't eating, and we're like, okay, it's time to call the vet. So we called the vet, and they didn't have an appointment till Friday. And so we said, I don't know if we want to wait that long. And so we called another vet, and they were able to get him in the next day.
Right. And it was a non-emergency vet this way. Like, otherwise we would have had to pay the emergency.
Right. And he was still moving just fine. He wasn't vomiting. He was still drinking.
We just needed, like, a regular vet appointment.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't an emergency by any means. And dogs can actually go a really long time without eating. Like
an emergency
really long time.
Visit was the only way we could get in with our vet.
Yep.
That we had.
And so we went to another vet that we hadn't been to previously. And so we went to this vet, and he goes, I really don't know what's going on, but we'll start with a full workup. He didn't seem that concerned. He said, We'll start with a full workup. We'll get a lap draw. We'll draw some blood and just test everything. His pancreas, his liver, kidneys, and get a CBC on him. And we'll do like some, thyroid, everything. And so the test came back the next day on Thursday, and at this point Benny is still not eating.
Yeah.
And now he's not eating anything.
Nothing.
Won't take animal crackers.
Peanut butter.
Take peanut butter. Won't even lick peanut butter off.
Lunch meat. He wouldn't take any of that.
Wouldn't take any lunch meat. Dog food was completely out of the question.
Yeah.
He wouldn't eat any of his favorite things. Like we even got like some French fries, and he wouldn't eat those. And popcorn, like one of his favorite treats ever is like French fries and popcorn. Like we don't give him a whole thing of French fries and popcorn, obviously, but like if we get burgers and we have French fries, like the thing is he always gets like a half of a fry. He always gets like a little piece of a fry. It's his thing. Like when we bring burgers in, he runs up and grabs it. He knows that's the thing. Yeah. Same thing with popcorn. Popcorn's actually like his favorite.
He loves popcorn.
Favorite meal ever. He'll take like a little piece of popcorn every time we have popcorn. And wasn't going for any of it.
Yeah.
And his energy was starting to decrease. He looked sick. He looked really sick. He was still drinking.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't eating anything. So the challenge became, so they called us back on Thursday morning, and they said, well, it looks like his ALT and AST are high, and those are liver enzymes. And they're not, liver enzymes aren't supposed to be high. If they're high, it's usually because there's some sort of damage to the liver. His ALT was, I believe, 600 something, and his AST was like 200 something, which was about 6 times the upper limit for the reference range, which is what, like the upper limit of what it's supposed to be normally.
Yeah.
So it was 6 times higher than it was supposed to be, even if it was like on the high end of normal.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, there's a problem here, obviously, because he's not eating. His liver's like enzymes are skyrocketed. The only other thing was high was his eosinophils, which is like a white blood cell thing. Usually that's like for eosinophils, you think of like allergies or something. And in this case, it obviously wasn't allergies for him, but other than that, everything else was completely normal. Liver function was normal. Kidney function was normal. The pancreas was fine.
Yeah, they thought it was pancreatitis at first.
Well, that would have explained everything, all of his behaviors. He was starting to get a little confused, too. And so,
that was sad to watch.
Yeah, and so they said, well, we're going to schedule an ultrasound. And I think they scheduled the ultrasound for Friday. I think we actually got him in the next day for an ultrasound. Yeah, it was. Nope, the ultrasound was Monday. Yep.
Yeah, because Saturday we went and got the x-ray.
Yep.
At the emergency vet.
Yep.
Because things weren't getting any better.
So we scheduled an ultrasound for Monday, and Saturday came along, and he wasn't feeling... So, timeline of events, he first got sick on Monday the 5th, and then by that Wednesday we had a vet appointment where we got the labs drawn, got the results on Thursday. The results confirmed that there was an issue with the liver, so we scheduled an ultrasound for the next Monday.
That was as soon as they could get it.
Yep. So Saturday comes around, and he's just not eating anything. And now he's super sluggish. Like, he won't wag his tail. He's hardly, like, picking up his head. He doesn't even want to get off the couch. They had given us some Denamarin, which is like a liver supplement, and they'd given us some antibiotics just on the off chance that there was something that there was an undetected infection somewhere. And for the first couple of days, we were able to get the antibiotics and the liver supplements down him. By Saturday, he was locking his jaw, and we couldn't get it in his mouth. We had to literally like put our fingers between his jaws and just kind of like very carefully pry his jaws open with pressure against his lips and his teeth so that he'd voluntarily open his mouth. And we ended up having to coat the pills in oil to get them down his throat because he would spit them up every single time, and it was like
really tried
he
to
hated it. And we had tried some antiemetics, which is like an anti-nausea medication, and those didn't seem to help out whatsoever. So Saturday rolls around and we're just like not getting anywhere.
He kept throwing up his pills too.
Yep, he would keep throwing them up. He'd hold them in. He would hold them in for like 10 minutes or so, and then go and drink a ton of water.
Like excessive
amounts of water, like a liter at a time.
Yeah.
And for a little dog is a ton of water.
Yeah.
And then he would drink so much water that he'd throw up, and he'd throw up his pills. And so we had to start keeping him away from the water, but we were worried that if we kept him away from the water too much, he would stop drinking, which was even more of a problem than not eating. So it was basically somebody had to be around him. Like, you had to take a day or two off of work.
Yeah.
I had to stop doing stuff with the shop and projects around here because someone had to be with him all the time pretty much. And Saturday he was just like going downhill, and you could see it. He just wasn't feeling good. And so we're like, well, you know what? On the off chance, like they didn't do an x-ray. And so we're going to see if we can get him into an emergency vet, get an x-ray, because if it's a bowel obstruction or something like that, he was still having bowel movements, but not a lot.
Right.
But he wasn't eating a lot either. We're like, just in case there's something on an x-ray that shows up. So we went to an emergency vet, and that was not cheap, and got an x-ray done. And that came up with nothing except it showed that his liver was smaller than it should have been. So now, but it didn't show any, there wasn't any solid masses on the liver, but the liver was smaller. And so you worry about, at that point, cirrhosis, which is like a necrosis of the liver. The liver tissue starts dying off and the liver starts shrinking. But it didn't appear to be hepatitis because the liver was too small. So we ended up getting the ultrasound of the liver, which basically shows all the bile ducts in the liver and the liver itself and how the tissue is and the thickness and the density of the tissue, and they can kind of see it in 3D and really get a good picture of the liver. The x-ray just kind of shows an outline of it, whereas the ultrasound shows through it. And the ultrasound came back pretty much inconclusive. There was no tumors, so that was good news.
Yeah.
At this point, he still hasn't eaten, and now it's been well over a week since he's eaten hardly anything.
Yeah.
Throughout this entire week, he's probably gotten, 300-400 calories over the entire week.
Because we had started to try to force feed like baby food.
Yep, we had started to try and force feed like baby food through a syringe is the only thing we could do.
And he kept throwing that up.
Yep. And
he wouldn't keep anything down.
Yeah, he wouldn't keep anything down. And so he ended up getting the ultrasound. The ultrasound came back with no tumors, but it did reinforce that the liver was smaller than usual. And so they still had no idea what to do. Or basically, they still had no idea what it was. We knew that there was a liver issue because there was a small liver, and the liver enzymes were skyrocketed. But we had pretty much ruled out cancer because there was no tumors in the liver itself, and we'd ruled out gallbladder issues because the bile ducts looked okay. So they said, well, there's another couple of tests we can do, which are blood tests, and that was the bile acid test and the coagulation test. The coagulation test basically shows how well his blood was going to clot, and his bile acid test showed how well his gallbladder was working and how well the bile ducts were working. And so the bile acid tests, the bile acid test also showed the blood flow to the liver. Basically, sometimes with breeds you get these things, and humans get them too, called shunt, a blood shunt, and basically the blood vessels get diverted away from the liver, and so the liver doesn't get the blood that it needs, and so it's not functioning properly, and then the liver kind of starts slowly dying off because it's being deprived of blood. And the bile acid test came back normal, so we knew that he likely didn't have any shunting issues, which was also good because the cancer and the shunting were have a poor prognosis on the liver for the dog. So we were happy about that, but that left two possibilities. One of them was necrosis of the liver, or cirrhosis, which was a very, very poor prognosis, very, very poor outlook for his health. And the second one was a copper storage issue. In some breeds, and Labrador Retrievers are one of them, the body doesn't process the copper and eliminate it properly from the diet. Everybody needs a little bit of copper in their diet, and most people and dogs are able to clear that properly, and that happens in the liver. They're able to get rid of the excess copper in their body. They metabolize it and excrete it. Whereas some people and some dogs, they can't excrete the copper faster than it's coming in through the diet, and so it starts to accumulate. When you have a copper accumulation problem, it can damage the liver and damage the liver cells. And so we were thinking maybe it was that. So the next option to test for the copper clearance issue was a biopsy, a liver biopsy, which meant surgery.
Yeah.
So we saw how he was doing, and we looked over, you know, the pricing and his age and how he was doing, and you know what the chances of the survival were. And we got the results back from the coagulation, and the vet kind of talked with us, and he said, well, the coagulation study says that Benny is a good candidate for the biopsy. And so we decided to go ahead and have the biopsy done,
because we didn't know, like, should we put him out of his misery? Like, we didn't know what the right thing to do was.
This was not a happy dog anymore.
He was miserable. We didn't know, are we hanging on to him for us?
Right.
But he's 6.
Yeah.
It's not like he was 12. So it was a very mental, stressful
and he was on Sunday morning, you know, November 4th, Sunday morning, he was a completely different dog. He was running around, playing, fetching with a ball. I mean, he was a completely different dog, and he went downhill so quickly.
And meanwhile, I was losing a ton of weight.
Oh yeah, he lost 12 pounds.
Wouldn't play. He was very confused. He kept getting lost in the house.
Yep, he would get lost.
He didn't know where he was going. He didn't even look like he recognized who we were.
Yeah, he wouldn't respond to his name.
No, it was very, very sad. And so that was we were trying to figure out, what do we do? Do we put him through this biopsy? Do we get him cut open? You know what I mean? Is that the right decision? You know? And so with the help of the vet, we kind of found out that he was okay for it, and that.
Well, because our big fear was there was two big options, or there's two big diagnoses that could be made out of this biopsy that were likely, based on the elimination of the other diagnosis that we had gotten from other tests. And the two big diagnoses were that cirrhosis and the copper clearance issue. And the cirrhosis would have likely been a poor prognosis for him, based on the level of the enzymes in his blood and his behavior. There would have, if there was cirrhosis present, it likely would have been pretty advanced, and he likely wouldn't have come back for it. Right. And our big issue was getting the biopsy, having him cut open, having him go through all of this surgery, and the pain and the discomfort of that, only to find out that he has cirrhosis and have to take him back to the vet and put him down.
Right.
Like, it seemed like...
Because they didn't get these test results back
for a week.
Yeah, because we had the weekend and the holiday in there.
Yep. And so we were so worried that we were going to put him through this biopsy, only to find out that we had to put him down after the biopsy, which would have basically put him through this surgery for nothing.
Yeah. And
it was just tearing us apart, you know, trying to figure out what to do. Well, we put him through the biopsy because we figured he deserved the chance to, at least, like, if it's a copper clearance issue, he deserves the chance.
And he can survive that, and, you know,
and there was a good prognosis. Well, it's treatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's medications they can give them that help, that bind to the copper and help the dog eliminate it. And so they did the biopsy, and the biopsy went really well. He came home the next day, and I'll tell you what, that was the weirdest thing.
It was.
Not having him here at night.
That was really weird. We didn't have him for a whole day, and
yeah,
that was really hard. And I remember I dropped him off, and I totally cried. Because he was so, like, because they look so sad when you leave them. And I know this, I'm a dog groomer. Like, I see it every single day, and I know that, like, the minute the parent is gone, the dog is fine. Like, it's just like dropping a kid off at daycare, but, like, that look that he gives you.
Oh, yeah.
And because he was so confused,
and
that
so
made
sick
it hard.
Anyway, like, he wouldn't raise his ears, he wouldn't raise his tail, he just...
And then so after they did that, he called us and talked to us. He said the only thing that was concerning him was that how it broke off.
Yeah, when they actually performed the biopsy, and the dog's still at the vet, they performed the biopsy. He says, well, the liver, he said it came off, the piece that I cut out came off a lot easier than I would have expected it to.
Yeah.
And so we're thinking, oh yeah, okay, this is cirrhosis, like, and we're thinking we made a mistake putting him through this biopsy.
Right.
And he said, but also he's not coming out of the anesthesia.
Which is why they kept him overnight.
Yep, so they kept him overnight, and we're going, man, are we going to have a dog in the morning? You know, what's going on? And all I could think about was this poor dog laying in a crate at or a kennel at the vet. And realistically, the dog didn't care. The dog is probably passed out. He's exhausted. But you know, I project my feelings onto the dog.
Yeah.
But, man, so he ended up coming home. Anyway,
I was just saying, when we picked him up, he seemed like a different dog.
Oh, when we picked him up,
that made us feel bad too, like we thought we did the wrong thing.
Oh man, when we picked him up, he was miserable. He was exhausted.
Because it wasn't
loopy.
just like, oh, he's high, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like when he got the ultrasound, that was kind of funny.
When he got the ultrasound, they had to mildly sedate him for the ultrasound. And when he came home, I felt bad for laughing. He was so high. This dog.
It was so cute.
It was like Benny Chong.
Yeah. We said he was on Planet
sitting
Benny.
on the couch. Yeah, we kept saying he was on Planet Benny. Because he's sitting on the couch, and he's sitting next to me, and he would sit up and just go. And then he would lean, and then he'd fall asleep sitting up, and he'd just like fall into my shoulder like that.
He squished up his nose.
He would squish his nose right up and just be sleeping. Completely
cute.
Lights out with his nose smashed up against my, still sitting up with his nose smashed up against my arm.
It was adorable. But
was adorable.
This was completely different.
This
was not like that at all. This was...
He was miserable.
Even more confused than before. And it took 2 days, I think, for that to get out of him. So we thought something bad, like, was wrong with him even more. Not that something bad happened to him there, but that something didn't click right with the anesthesia or something, or that he had a bad reaction to it. And so then we were like, oh my gosh. Like, and so we're just, basically this whole thing, we're going through this agonizing decision of, do we need to put him down for his sake?
Because he was
miserable.
And he would wake up in the middle of the night.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And whine.
Yes.
And cry.
We didn't get any sleep for
and
that.
Groan. Like he would just like that, and just groan and cry and whine. And they sent us home with tramadol, and he was getting 100 milligrams of tramadol twice a day. And so so I ended up sitting up with him for the first like 3-4 nights, and I think I got probably 3 hours of sleep over those 3 days.
And one night you had to go out to Walmart.
And then one night he threw up on the bed, because we had him on the bed. He seemed to be sleeping a little bit better on our bed with us than he did on the floor. And so we put him on the bed, and he puked all over the sheets. And it, like, luckily Tiffany's got terrible allergies, so we have like a waterproof allergy cover that like keeps dust mites out of our bed and whatnot. And so luckily that saved the mattress. But it completely wrecked our sheets, because it was just throwing up with like medication and baby food and everything else.
We had still been feeding him, and they gave us another dog food, a wet dog food, to try to feed him, and he hated it.
Yep. And so I went out to Walmart at 3:30 a.m. to get more bed sheets.
So we didn't have extra sheets.
No, we didn't, because we just got a new bed not too long ago.
Yeah.
And we upgraded from a full to a queen, and we just didn't get another set of bed sheets when we got the queen, because like that was the best decision we ever made, to upgrade to the queen.
Yes, it was.
So I went out, got new bed sheets, put it on the bed, and I slept with Benny the rest of the night on the couch. And that's what happened for the next 3 days, was me sleeping with him on the couch. But so that morning I went to the vet, and I had picked up some more dog food for him. Some more of this wet, like high-calorie dog food, which he was just throwing up anyway. But we're like, we got to try and feed it to him.
Let's get something in him.
And I said to the vet, like, what's the, this dog's miserable. I can't put him through that every night. Can we increase the dosage on that tramadol? He goes, yeah, sure. And so we kind of came to the decision that we were going to increase the dosage on the tramadol, and he was just going to basically get one when he started being uncomfortable, and he was going to get tramadol until he wasn't uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that was like the hardest part of this entire situation, was going, well, we're just not going to let him be uncomfortable, because we were already pretty much sure that we were going to have to put him down.
We were really
based on
sure.
the way that he was acting.
We were grieving. We were very convinced that this is what, I mean, we just didn't see how could this dog possibly come back from this.
Oh, it was just...
He was on death's door.
He was. He wouldn't, like, you had to move him anytime he'd go down steps, and this was like well enough after the surgery that he should have been out of it.
Yeah.
Or out of the anesthesia, and he wouldn't really go down steps very well. He wouldn't eat. He would throw up anytime you'd try and give him any pills, and he started doing a weird thing where when he'd drink, he'd shake his head.
Violently shake his head.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Every single time
that was really
he'd drink.
weird.
We were just so certain that the dog was going to die. The only thing we were waiting was the biopsy results.
Because we didn't want to put him down before we got the results, just on the off chance that something came back.
Yeah, like my biggest concern was like getting the biopsy results, and then the biopsy going, oh yeah, we identified a bacteria on the biopsy that's, you know, the liver's infected with a bacteria, and it's a very specific antibiotic that needs to attack this bacteria. Like, this bacteria is a broad spectrum, won't work on this bacteria. It's got to be a focused antibiotic. It's very, like, this bacteria is very sensitive to this one antibiotic, and that's the problem.
Magic cure.
Yeah, and that's what I didn't want to find out, like, only to have put him down and then find out that. So we were trying to really hold on, but it was hard because the dog was in such misery.
Yeah, so we felt like bad pet parents, you know, just, yeah, that was hard.
Definitely. So basically we started giving him tramadol anytime that he started hurting at night, especially, and I was going, well, worst case scenario, like, if he overdoses on the tramadol, he's, you know, mildly, like, he's comfortable.
Yeah.
My biggest concern was that his last days were going to be in complete misery. So
Yeah.
I was more concerned with making him comfortable at this point than I was with keeping him alive even.
Yeah.
But he handled it just fine, and the increased dosages of the tramadol, I didn't actually end up having to go above, like, a therapeutic range for him. Luckily, he was just at the very, very high end of what he should have been for the therapeutic range, or for the dosage range of the tramadol. He was like at the max that we could have really gone. So then we get the call on the day before Thanksgiving.
Wednesday, because so they told us, originally they told us like a couple days, and then they said, well, it'd probably be, I think, 5 days or something they said.
Yep.
And so then we counted it out with the weekend and everything, because we got this done on like a Thursday. With Thanksgiving being on the next Thursday, with the weekend we thought, we're not going to find out till like Black Friday, essentially, is when we're going to find out. So, so we didn't know when we were going to come out. So, like, we were originally going to go down to my mom and my family's house for Thanksgiving, and so we were like, we're just going to stay up here, we're going to stay with our dog, this might be the last time we see our dog. And then Wednesday morning, I think, right? We got
Wednesday morning, we got the call. It was like first thing. Like, the vet opens at 8 o'clock, we got the call at 8:01.
Yeah, it was like immediate.
It was. And so the vet said, so we got the results of the biopsy. He does not have cirrhosis of the liver. There was no changes within the liver that we would consider abnormal. The only thing that we saw was a little bit of copper accumulation. He said, but it wasn't the amount of copper accumulation that we would have expected for a dog that had a copper storage issue. But what we'd still like to do is go through the treatment for copper accumulation just to get rid of any of that extra copper. Which the treatment is not cheap,
No,
but it is worth it.
Yeah.
And
cheaper
now
than
he's
the
on
human version.
Yeah, now he was on so we had to get a special treatment that's it's still not in.
Right.
But we get a special treatment that's going to be for a month. And then there was dog food, and this dog food's like $100 a month. Is what the dog food's going to be.
For a 17-pound bag.
For a 17-pound bag. And it basically, this food has no copper in it, or very, very, very little copper.
Oh, and we forgot, sometime before we got the biopsy results, you talked to the vet and we got the appetite pills.
Well, that was later, actually.
Oh, it was later. I was thinking it was that day. Okay.
So we got the results, and then I had to go in and grab something for him.
More
I can't
food.
remember. Maybe it was
more food, or tramadol or something.
Yep. It was the tramadol.
Yeah.
It was the tramadol. And I said to the vet, man, he's just not eating. Like, you know, I don't understand how he's going to take this treatment and the food when he's not eating anything right now. So we got home, and we were, and he goes, the vet had given me some appetite stimulants. He's like, just try these. They're just a half a pill a day. So I give him his first dose, and within 45 minutes, the dog is begging for food.
Potatoes.
Begging for potatoes.
Specifically potatoes.
So we give him potatoes. We give him potatoes, because I'm like, hey, I don't care what you can want Twinkies. I don't care. Like, this is, you're getting whatever you want right now. Because after a week and a half of this, or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks at this point, of the dog not eating anything, I don't care what he wants to eat. He gets what he wants.
Yeah.
And so we give him some potatoes, and he eats, like, he ends up eating 2 potatoes worth, like 2 russet potatoes, with the skins off. We had to cut them up into little pieces, but he ended up eating them. And so we gave him the 2 potatoes, and he just started, like, coming back to life. It was unreal. He started, like, he grabbed his ball to go outside. He started wanting to play fetch again.
Yeah, it was very crazy.
There was a transformation over the course of about 2 hours where he went from a dog at death's door to, like, kind of his old self. He wasn't all the way back yet.
It was a slow transition, but it was transitioning nonetheless.
Yeah, so we decided to have Thanksgiving dinner with my folks this year rather than driving down to Greenville, because Benny was still kind of in that, you know, transitional stage. And on Thanksgiving, he started eating turkey, and we'd offer him a little bit of turkey. And then the next day, he ate mostly like turkey and potatoes, some hamburger. Oh yeah, he started eating hamburgers and carrots. And then finally, he starts eating dog chow. And like, finally, he ends up, over the course of a couple of days, we worked him up to going back to his completely old diet of 4 cups of dog chow a day. And now he's eating completely the same as he used to.
Yeah, it's insane.
And we haven't even had to give him his appetite enhancers. He's playing fetch now. He's actually in a better mood than he was before he got sick.
And we were noting, too, because he used to have troubles with his shoulders.
Yep.
And he's not having nearly as much trouble with his shoulders. And I was saying, like, maybe it's because he had to lay up for 2 weeks. Like,
exactly.
I think he actually, like, because he doesn't lay. Like, he is a very active dog.
And he's back to being completely active. He got his stitches out yesterday, went to PetSmart.
Yep. Guys came and visited me at work, and it was just like...
Got himself a new collar.
All my coworkers were, like, loving it.
Actually, I got the dog tag here.
Oh, yeah. All my coworkers were so excited because they've heard the whole thing, you know.
So, I'll see if I can cover it like this. I trust you guys. I just don't trust whoever else is on YouTube. So that is the dog tag he got.
Benny the Magnificent.
Absolutely, all laser cut, and this is on rivets. So I can rivet it right to his dog collar.
Yeah.
And it won't make any jingling noise. Not that he's really a flight risk anyway. I mean, this dog...
Yeah, Ella's more of a
He's never on a leash. I mean, he's always outside with me. Ella's definitely microchipped.
Yeah.
The Gert...
Benny never leaves your side.
Never.
Ever.
He's never on a leash. He goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Outside with me that I go.
He's the best dog ever.
He is.
Like, doesn't do anything wrong.
But he's back to wanting to play ball. He's back to
doing the fun police.
Yeah. Any of the other dogs, he'll anytime they start playing or barking, anytime he's around other dogs and they start barking and playing, he goes after them and like breaks them up. He doesn't bite anybody, he doesn't get like nasty with them, but he'll get in the middle of them and break them up.
It's so funny.
He's back to doing that. Back to begging for food.
Oh my God,
he begs. He's the biggest mooch.
It's so funny.
He's put back on a little over a pound already.
Yeah.
He's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I mean, it's been crazy, and the vet was really surprised too. I think everybody kind of thought it was about time for Benny.
I think they did too. We did, that's for sure.
Yes, we did. So we feel like our dogs come back.
Yeah, we felt like we lost our dog, and now he's back from the dead. Like, it was so trippy because when what was
Go
it?
ahead.
I was just gonna say, when he was going through all of that, he didn't seem like our dog.
No.
We thought our dog was gone.
Well, it had gotten to the point where we'd stopped kind of crying about it because it was just a certainty that we'd been living with.
Yes, we had accepted it. Yeah.
So we're super
it's just
happy.
the craziest thing ever.
We're
We feel
super
so
happy,
blessed.
super grateful. Yeah, well, definitely. And now it's just a matter of getting him to eat that expensive prescription food because he likes the dog chow better.
Yes. Oh god. So we've been just mixing it in and.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Now he's on Hills LD actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've looked everywhere on the internet pretty much, and it's about the same price everywhere. We can get a slight discount through your work.
Yeah, but we have to go to the Saginaw PetSmart.
And it just doesn't really equal out. By the time we just, like the vet, it's a difference of like a couple of dollars.
Yeah,
so.
and our vet is right on my way home from work. Like, it's on the way. So it just makes more sense to get it from them.
So that is the entire Benny saga.
That's the Benny story, because I know everyone's been worried about him and asking about him, but we wanted to really go into detail here on the podcast. So
that is why we haven't podcasted over the last couple of weeks.
We just couldn't. We tried.
Oh, man.
That one Tuesday that we were going to, that was when we got the results back about the ultrasound. Yep. So we were like prepped. We actually had everything set up. We had notes. We were going to do it, and then we got the phone call, and so then we just couldn't do it because we were like, are we going to have to put our dog down? It was, this whole balance. So, yeah, it was a very stressful couple of weeks there for the little guy and for us.
And I mean, we're not completely out of the woods, but we're definitely feeling pretty darn good.
We feel like we've been granted a little more time, at least.
Yes, we
if
have.
anything.
And from the bottom of our hearts, we want to say thank you so much to everyone who has contributed. Even like well wishes. We truly appreciate that.
We got so many sweet messages and comments.
But everyone who has supported the shop, you're the reason our dog's still alive.
Yes. The funds from Etsy is what paid for his treatments.
We literally pulled out our bank card that the funds from Etsy get deposited into and use that every single time. This was not a cheap endeavor.
No, it was not.
As I, just hearing out biopsy, ultrasound, x-rays, full labs, medicine, food. I mean, it was whatever number you've got in your head, just keep going up. It was insanely expensive process, and we would not have been able to do it if it wasn't for everyone's tremendous support on Etsy. It paid for, actually, everyone's support on Etsy paid for all of my health issues this year too.
Yep. And
all of Benny's health issues.
So thank you guys.
Thank you so much. We would not have our dog if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. And so we intend to kind of repay everybody back by keep putting out good content. And well, we hope you guys think it's good. We are pretty happy with it. And by really boosting out, production in the shop, showing you guys.
Keep giving you guys what you want.
Yep, definitely. So really, again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Mwah.
So, on to happier stuff.
Yes, although that is happy because Benny's...
Yeah, I guess it's happy. Didn't start out happy.
No, it did not. But Benny is a different dog now. He is Benny 2.0 because he's even better than before. So it's amazing. But yeah, let's talk about what else besides all of that. In the background, things have been going on. So we were trying to get into the Christmas mood for a while. It wasn't working for a bit because we were just super sad. But once Benny started coming around, we were like cautiously like, okay, I'll listen to some Christmas songs, and now it's
full-blown Christmas.
It's full blast, And we've been watching movies. We watched The Christmas Chronicles on Netflix. Loved it. Christmas Chronicles was awesome. And I watched Princess Switch. Princess Switch.
Oh my god, with Vanessa Hudgens.
So good. If you like corny Christmas movies, it's great.
I tuned out for that.
Yeah, you did. But Christmas Chronicles though. That one, I loved that. That's not a corny Christmas movie at all. It was really cute. Kurt Russell was an awesome Santa Claus. Yes. And he's got like the not the traditional Santa outfit. The traditional Santa outfit's all furs and whatnot. But he's got like an older school Santa outfit. He's got Arctic Fox. Like original Santa.
For the lining. Original Santa, pre-Coca-Cola Santa was like furs and stuff.
I thought that's what he was kind of going for.
I think it was a mix. It was really a mix between the two because he had like a lot of the furs. There was Arctic Fox lining and like a red wool suit.
Yeah.
And then it was like red leather for the big robe.
So good. I want to watch it again.
Cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, we should. It was a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of been like bashed by some of the critics, but I literally
makes you
never
happy.
listen. I never listen to critics.
Yeah, they didn't like Bohemian Rhapsody too, and screw them. I
Right.
loved that movie. I loved that. So, yeah.
Also this week, you got a haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut, and Ethan got a haircut.
Worst decision of my life. I think I look okay with it.
I think it totally works with the beard.
Yeah, because you didn't like it when I would shave my head without a
I'd say I
beard.
didn't like it. It just wasn't my favorite.
That means
I
you
love
don't
you just
like
the
it.
same.
That means you don't like it.
I definitely love
Not
you
my
just the
favorite.
same. But
Are
it's just fuzzy though.
Are olives not your favorite too?
I hate olives. It's so fuzzy.
It is fuzzy. It's getting fuzzier because I'm letting it kind of grow back a little bit because it's so cold.
No, but this,
Yeah.
I can dig this though with the beard. It's really cool looking. Like it's really like.
I'm back to scaring small children.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. I was in Kroger the other day, and I had to get some ranch, and it was on the bottom shelf. And there was this little girl standing in front of the ranch, and so I got down on her level and everything. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am," you know. And this kid hides right behind her mom, is just staring at me. I'm like, "Thank
no.
you." Not even a word. So we're back to that.
Used to scare our nieces.
I used to scare our nieces terribly.
Now they love you.
Yeah,
Like,
they do.
oh my gosh, Uncle Ethan is all that and a bag of chips. Oh man.
Uncle Ethan gets no rest.
No, he doesn't. It's so
No rest.
cute.
Actually, what was really funny was one of our nieces, from your sister, her middle daughter,
Yep.
asked her mom the other day. So
She asked her. Okay, so my sister was telling her that she says, "Oh, your principal has the same last name as Aunt Tiffany and Uncle Ethan. Isn't that cool?" And she goes, "Yeah, when are they gonna get married?" And my sister was like, they are married, and you were in their wedding like 5 years ago." So that was funny.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, that just killed me. She's like, "Oh yeah."
I don't know how she forgot that.
That just killed me. When are they gonna get married already?
But the biggest issue with this haircut is that it's freezing cold. People are saying that, like, the whole saying that 90% of your heat escapes through your head is a myth. It's not a myth, it's reality. Actually, I go as far as to say 101% of your heat escapes through your head, and you could run through the snow completely bare naked. As long as your hair was long enough and you had a good hat on, you'd be completely fine. Because now I have to wear 2 hats when I go outside because I'm freezing cold, and it's not getting any better. It's been a week, and it's not getting any better.
So funny.
So
Well, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
it's not funny. But on the upside, it's super easy to take care of. Super easy to take care of because I don't have to do anything with it.
That's
I
gotta be
wake
nice.
up and I go downstairs and I take my shower and I dry off and change clothes. That's it.
Yeah, I gotta say my hair too, even though it's obviously way longer than yours,
Right.
but from where it was, I took off probably a good 5 inches or so, maybe 4 inches, and I have a lot less to do with it. Like, I wash it, dry it, straighten it, it's good to go. I don't even, like, at work, I don't even have to put it up really anymore. It used to feel like, drying it would just took forever, and, like, it's kind of nice. It's a little more easier to take care of, so.
Well, in mine, long hair on guys is a really, really tricky thing. Some guys naturally have really good hair. Especially guys with wavy hair, I feel like they've got a lot of texture. I don't have any texture because I have straight hair. And so in order to make it look masculine in any kind of sense, it has to have a lot of texture to it. And that means product, and that means more time.
A lot of work, yeah.
A ton of work. And I've got a ton of hair. It's not like the strands themselves aren't very thick, but there's a ton of them.
Yeah, you have a
And
lot of hair.
yeah, like I can be outside and it can be raining for 20 minutes and underneath can be completely dry, and I'm completely serious about that. It will be. Anytime I would go to get it cut when it was really long, they'd spray it down and spray it down and spray it down. They get down to the bottom layers when they cut it with a razor, and I go, oh my god, it's still dry under here. So it's kind of nice to not have to deal with having all of the extra prep time and just to look nice, especially like rolling out of bed on Sunday morning to go to church. I don't have to do anything. I just
So jealous.
throw a coat on and
awesome.
and go.
Awesome.
But the beard definitely has to stay. Otherwise, I will look like a big baby. because I do. I've got a...
Cute,
Actually,
though.
I don't think anybody on the podcast has ever seen me without a beard.
Oh, no, because you had your beard when we started it, so...
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
I haven't shaved in a long time.
Yeah.
But I look like a baby underneath all this. I look like a complete... I look... Well, about 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look, yeah, like 19, 20, yeah.
19, 20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, you look a lot
I'm
younger
not-
when you shave.
I do. So, yeah. That was a lot of fun. You like your new stylist.
I do. She's really nice. I think she's quite a bit younger, but, so I don't know if she's just kind of new to the stylist world. Maybe she's been doing it for a couple years. I don't know, but I'm loving her. I really, really liked her. I usually don't keep a stylist. I just kind of wherever. I don't regularly get my hair cut. I like professionally cut. It was done 2 years ago. Between then, I had my coworker do it. So
Because you work at a dog grooming salon.
yeah, so it was just like, hey, you got a
Naturally.
minute? Snip, snip, snip. And of course, we can groom dogs, but we can't do people. I mean, she did a fine job for what it was, but it's the same as going, you know,
Right.
over to a stylist. And, but I really, really liked her, and I think I might actually keep with her. So,
Definitely.
yeah, and I tried out a new salon, and which is funny, is I tried out that salon on recommendation of the girl who cut my hair at work.
Nice.
So, another thing we're doing is Vlogmas.
Vlogmas!
So this Saturday, December 1st, we're gonna have a video up, so.
Yeah, and you're going to be getting 24 or 25. Are we doing one on Christmas?
Ooh, I don't know. Probably, I did one last year.
Yeah. All right, so 25 videos of the Woolen Homestead content, plus your weekly podcast delivered to you.
Right to your door.
Right to your phone. Daily. So, and it's going to be tons of rambling. All day. Every day.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Vlogmas.
We gotta figure out how we're gonna work it out,
last
actually,
year.
because we got one camera, so I'll probably end up using my phone.
I was
for a
say,
lot
because
of
your
it.
phone's really nice.
It is.
So I
It
think
is.
that totally, because my phone isn't as nice for camera, but yeah, I think that works out really well.
And you guys are gonna probably go hunting with me quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Because muzzleloading season is on the 7th to the
I wish
23rd.
I could take you guys into work with me. That would be so fun to show you guys what it's like at work, but I can't.
Maybe I'll go by, because I can film.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, that'd be kind of fun. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, definitely. So I might film her at work. You guys kind of see how that goes.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm so excited for Vlogmas. I had a blast doing it last year. Ethan had started in last year in some of the vlogs too, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of where I got my start on the podcast, actually.
it really was. Yep. We started vlogging together here and there, and I'm so excited to. It's also kind of nice too, because then I don't feel like it's all on me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, say there's just a day that I'm just, because we talked about this before, like Christmas at PetSmart.
It's
the closer
crazy.
it gets, like, I am dead. And so I know there was a couple days last year where I did like 3 days in one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it might not have to be like that this year. Like, say there's a day that I just not doing it. You know, I'll have you for backup. So that's kind of nice. Or vice versa. If you're not feeling
Definitely.
it. So yeah.
So as far as books, what kind of books have you been reading?
Oh my gosh, I started this audiobook and I couldn't get into it. And I stopped. I don't even remember what it's called. I don't know, maybe I returned it. But
You read Nicholas Sparks?
yes, I loved that. See Me. I loved it. Okay, it's so funny because I remember in high school, I would read Nicholas Sparks' book, you know, especially like when The Notebook came out. I was like sophomore in high school when The Notebook came out. And I loved it, obviously. And like, I would read a lot of his books, and I always really liked them. And so I hadn't read any in a long time. And so I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, you know, let's just give it a listen. And it's just brain candy, and I loved it. I think that's my way. I think I just need something easy, nothing
I read it.
too intense. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I got it from you as a recommendation.
It wasn't bad. It was Nicholas Sparks. It's not deeply intellectual in any sense.
No,
but,
it's not at all. But it's like what?
And by the way, never act like the chick in a Nicholas Sparks book. And guys, don't act like the guys in a Nicholas Sparks
It's
book.
just not
These
true.
are not healthy relationships being portrayed in Nicholas Sparks. And
No, they're not.
This is not what guys want. This is not what guys want. And I doubt it's what girls want either. It's terrible. Because in reality, that relationship would be plagued with, why did you sleep with her? Was she better than me? And
yeah, let's like put a reality spin on
yeah,
this.
it would be plagued with insecurities and
God.
people going at it. No way. No way.
That's very true, actually. But
I was reading this stuff and going, that would drive me through the roof.
right?
Are you
I know.
kidding me?
I know. There was some of that too where I was like, he wouldn't say that. Like, and that's not really what he would say. But it's kind of funny that way too. Like, it's
a real
just
guy would
entertaining.
have, like a real life guy would have looked at that behavior and gone, you crazy.
You're
Like,
crazy.
and a real life woman would have gone, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Nope.
That's all sorts of problems that I don't want anything to deal with. So I just want to call attention to the reality problem that is Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, it totally
because,
is.
and I think part of the problem is here, it shows teenage girls unrealistic, and guys, but teenage girls unrealistic expectations
Oh yeah.
of what a healthy relationship is.
Yes.
In a lot of cases. And I only say teenage girls because I don't know of a lot of teenage guys reading Nicholas Sparks.
No, I don't think so.
But,
but you never know.
You never know. I read Nicholas Sparks.
That's
Who
true.
knows?
Yeah, well, I think you were just like looking on audiobooks. You're like, man, I just want to listen to something.
Well, hey, I'm not picky. Like I said,
Like,
I
what
read
the
the whole
heck?
Twilight series.
Yep.
I don't
did
really
too.
care if it's a good read. I'll read it.
Yep. That's more brain candy too, like that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. It's
Oh,
just,
totally.
it's not the best written, but who cares? It's just entertaining. It's like watching a bad movie on TV, but you like it, you know?
Well, okay, so here was my problem. Here was my only real problem with Nicholas Sparks, and like a serious note, was The Notebook. I can't stand that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand that movie because at the end they show these lucid moments where like Rose comes back. Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched The Notebook, I'm sure everybody's watched
Rose?
the book. I think it's Rose, isn't it?
What's her name? No, I can't remember. No, it's something else.
Whatever her name was.
I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
It's set in Carolina.
and-
I think like every.
Gosh, what is it? Noah and something else. Oh my gosh, you guys are probably screaming at me, but
But anyway,
that's okay. You know what we're talking about.
Here's my real problem with The Notebook. I worked in dementia care for years and years and years. So I've seen a lot of Alzheimer's, like a ton.
Yeah, you've seen a ton of it.
A ton of Alzheimer's. It's one of the worst diseases known to man. It's terrible. It rips families apart. It robs people of their memories, and a lot of times people's identities are wrapped up in their memories, and so it's just a terrible, terrible disease. And the problem was that The Notebook created a lot of false hope, I felt like, for a lot of people, especially when it was kind of popular. We get people come in thinking that they were going to have family members get these lucid moments where they basically, and you would have lucid moments, don't get me wrong, you would have lucid moments where people seemed a little bit more with it than they normally were, a little bit more oriented to reality than they were. But out of hundreds of patients and years in a caregiving role, in nursing homes, hospitals, AFC homes, I have never once seen a situation where somebody is completely lucid, where they come back to their old self, like they have the disease, and then 5 minutes they don't have the disease, and then they have the disease
Right.
again, where a family member would be able to talk to their loved one as though they were
Like they've got them
completely
back.
normal, and it just didn't happen. I feel like because I actually had a couple of people kind of expect that was going to happen. Well, her lucid moments, she's going to get those lucid moments, right? Like as the disease progresses, she'll still have those. And the movie was so popular.
Yeah.
And
it was still kind of popular at the time when you were working there.
Oh, it
You know what
was,
I mean?
yeah. And so that was my only real pick.
Yeah.
With that one.
I looked up. It's Allie.
Allie?
Noah and Allie.
Allie,
About
yeah.
That, so.
Everything. It was a set in North
Rose is
Carolina.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
But it was. Oh yeah, everything's in North Carolina or South Carolina. No, South Carolina.
South Carolina. There you go.
Yeah, they all are. But yeah, what else? What have you been reading?
What have I been reading? Well, I actually just finished the Hunger Games trilogy.
Oh yeah. We did a lot of reading
We
during all of
did,
this last
yeah.
couple of weeks too.
The Hunger Games trilogy was pretty good. I had started it back when it first came out, because everybody was reading it, and I never finished it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I never finished it, and I read it, and I wasn't super impressed by the end, the end book. But it was. I mean, entertaining, at least.
Yeah.
It was really entertaining. I didn't even listen to that one on an audiobook. I actually just read that one, which I think went faster because I can usually read faster than I can listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
But that was good. It was pretty good. And now I'm listening. I'm trying to get back into it, but I'm listening to a book. I'm going to bring it up right now because I keep forgetting the name of it. When you listen to it, I feel like you don't remember the names of these things as easily.
I've got one that I'm going to try out too. I don't remember the name of.
It's The Dark Heart by Joachim Palmqvist. All right, all of the people that are from Norway and Sweden are screaming at me right now. But it's set in Sweden, I believe. And it's basically about a real life disappearance or murder. I'm not quite sure yet. I got to go back and reread it because I was completely out of it when I was listening to it. I kind of tuned out. But it's kind of like a true crime sort of novel about a millionaire that had gone missing, and some of his family members were suspects, and amateur detective kind of gets in on. And I guess this is a true story. And an amateur detective gets in and unravels like this complete dark, twisted history and whatnot. So I'm kind of interested in that. I just got to learn how to like pronounce the names because like one of the girls' names is Sarah, but they pronounce it like Sora, something like that. And so I never know quite who they're quite who they're talking about when I hear something because what I'm hearing doesn't sound like a name.
Gotcha.
I mean, just
to get lost a little easier.
When when you hear like Scottish or English, Irish, Canadian accents, Mexican accents, Puerto Rican, anything like that, I'm generally really good with. But for whatever reason, I have a really, 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 really hard time with people speaking like Nordic languages and
like
Swedish.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, Scandinavian.
I
have a really hard time understanding it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
But even German, I'm okay with hearing like a German accent.
Yeah.
For the most part, Chinese, Indian, Middle Eastern accents, I'm okay with.
Just gives you
I think the Middle Eastern accents I'm good with because I worked in healthcare so long, and there's a lot of Middle Eastern doctors.
Sure.
So,
okay, so the book that I was trying to get into, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Because it sounds like something I would love, like it's like a historical fiction, but it was The Summer Before the War by Helen Simonson, and I know
I like historical fiction a lot.
I love it, and I just couldn't get into it, so I'm gonna try it again later, because this was still when we were going through the Benny stuff, so I'm gonna try it again at a different time. But the other one that I'm gonna try is A Spool of Blue Thread by Ann Tyler. I've seen that one like everywhere, so I'm gonna give that one a try too. So we'll see how it goes.
See, I think historical fiction is getting really popular right now.
It is. It's definitely more.
I look in the available audiobooks on Libby, and it's just all World War II stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you're into historical fiction, people are writing for it right now. I
really like that stuff.
What else we got?
That's all we've got written down. So.
Oh, we forgot the question of the week this week.
We totally
we almost forget the question of the week.
Okay. Let's pause real quick and we'll come back with a question. Okay, so we got a question of the week, and we were thinking, because of the holiday season, what is on your Christmas list this year, or your wish list? So, let's see. Mine is, I was asking for some Addy needles, because I really, really like Addy needles. So I'm hoping for some of those. So what's your big thing on your list?
I got a couple of things on my list.
Add some more too, if you want me to add.
I would. Yeah, you can add.
Okay.
Why not? This is going to be a long episode anyway, so we might as well.
Keep it going. A jumbo flyer for spinning.
A jumbo flyer?
And a record player. I want a record player.
A record
player. I've got some records.
What kind of record player do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
Just any record?
Oh, no, we saw that one at Kohl's. It was teal. I like that one.
Yeah,
that was really
true.
cute.
It was like a suitcase sort of thing?
I really liked that one. That was cute.
Do you have a record collection?
I have a little small one. Most of it's at my mom's house still.
Okay.
So I have a little one. I have a couple Elton John ones, and I have, gosh, I don't even remember what I have anymore. I don't remember what I have. I have no idea what I have. I'll have to go look. It's been like 7 years since I've even looked at them, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been forever.
So what kind of Addy needles do you want?
Oh gosh. Okay. So I'm looking for some 16-inch ones. But I'm going to do like the cord and then just get the interchangeable tops of them. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, there you go. I think on my wish list, I would really, really like a new chainsaw. I would like a chainsaw a lot.
You have a little one.
I have a very little one.
That my mom gave us.
And it's a nice little home light. It's an electric one. But I really could use a gas chainsaw for cutting firewood. Right now, I use a really big bow saw that's got some aggressive teeth, but it's a big chore. It is a huge chore to cut firewood with. And so a chainsaw would be very welcome. I think like a 16-inch Husqvarna would work really well for me, just based on the size. Or an Echo would work well, a Steel. Any kind of a nice chainsaw. Don't really want a Poolin, because you know why they call them a Pullin, right? Because you keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and it never starts. And I think another thing I'd like is an Orca tumbler. I think an Orca tumbler would be really, really cool.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
I love tumblers and stuff. I've got like a Walmart brand one that's like it's all right. It's not bad.
Yeah, I would say I like mine. It does the job.
Ones,
it does better than just like your regular
But
coffee.
the Orca ones are around the same price, and they're made entirely in the United States. They're kind of like a competitor to Yeti. And I've got, I'm not a huge fan of the actual company Yeti. I've got some issues with Yeti, but as far as Orca, I really like the way that they are. I really like the way that they do their business. Everything's made in the USA, which is pretty cool. And so, yeah,
awesome.
I really would like an Orca tumbler as well. So, yeah, let us know what's on your Christmas wish list.
I think that'd be fun to hear what people are wanting. So, I think that's a good idea. I like it.
Definitely.
So, yeah, let us know what you guys are wanting for Christmas. And,
because we're going out shopping for Christmas presents today for our family.
Yes, we've got our nieces and nephews done.
Yep.
Which there is, let's see.
5.
6.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 6.
There's 6.
Yep. So
we got them done, and now we got to do your brother, your sister, your mom, right?
Yep.
And then
and their spouses.
Their spouses.
Yeah.
And then we've got to do my brothers. No, we got one of my brothers done already, and we've got to do both of my parents as well.
Yep.
So.
And our puppy dogs. But
I'll
probably take care of that one.
No, you won't. We're gonna do it together.
We can do it together.
We're gonna take Gert to go shopping for Benny, and Benny to go shopping for Gert.
I love that. Oh my god, I love that so much. Why I said I would take care was usually I'll just pick up something when I'm at work. But no, I like that idea. I like that a lot. That's cute. I wasn't saying like you can't come.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I like that.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna go out Christmas shopping today. Gonna go out for lunch too, which will be kind of nice. We actually haven't had any time to do that kind of stuff together lately because things have been so crazy. We
went out once with Benny, but because we weren't even hungry, but we knew we had to eat, and it was depressing.
Yeah, it was.
We just sat there at Culver's, and we love Culver's.
Yeah,
you guys heard us rave about Culver's.
Yeah,
we love it. But
we're pretty cheap dates.
we love Culver's. And cheap Chinese food from Mount Pleasant.
Chinese food. It's really good stuff. First walk.
So good.
We should do First Walk today. We
that
drive
would be
to Mount
fun.
Pleasant. We could go shopping in Mount Pleasant and get First Walk.
That'd be fun. Mix it up.
Totally.
I like that idea.
Let's do it.
So good.
And I got a couple of places that we could go to in Mount Pleasant that would be really good for gifts too.
There we go.
All right, right on.
I think we know what we're doing
First
today.
Walk it is.
Yep. And we've got to take our Christmas picture probably tomorrow.
We'll walk on over. And we'll.
I'm in a much better place this morning, I feel like, than yesterday. I was trying to record. I was so out of my game yesterday. I was trying, because we hadn't done it in 3 weeks, and then I was trying to get ready for work. This is way better. This is my day off today.
So, yeah, we'll go to Mount Pleasant. We'll get something to eat, get some Christmas stuff.
Listen to Christmas music.
You can pop in on your old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I used to work at the PetSmart in Mount Pleasant. That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
And
we could vlog a little bit too, I guess, on the way over
some pre-vlogmas vlogging.
Pre-vlogmas.
What do you guys think about that?
Vlogging.
Maybe we can do it on Instagram, because then there's no editing.
Oh, yeah.
I like that idea.
I like that.
I like that idea.
Like
so
that
check out Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't have Instagram, I can do it so that our stories from our Instagram go onto our Facebook page, onto the stories on
okay, there
Facebook.
you go.
So if you don't have, oh, our battery's dying. Wow.
We went through an entire battery yesterday and now an entire battery today. So.
But we got the other one charged, so if it goes out, we're good. But yeah.
It's gonna be a long one.
Oh, it's gonna be a long. I'm gonna be probably editing this for days. So, but yeah, we're gonna take our Christmas pictures tomorrow for our card. To take a Christmas card. We didn't even know if we were gonna be able to do that this year.
No, we didn't.
And now we can because our little guy is good.
Because we always do our Christmas card with the dogs in it.
Exactly.
And we're like, what do we do? You know, do we do a Christmas? We're not gonna drag him out, obviously, but do we do a Christmas card with only one dog and then try and look happy? And
no way. It wasn't.
But we send out a Christmas card. We started doing it last year, I think. That all orders in December, and probably as soon as we get them.
Once we get them, because I don't know if we'll have them by this update.
Probably won't have them by this update, but that's November 30th.
Yeah.
But all orders as soon as as soon as we get the Christmas cards, the Christmas card goes out. We will send them out with every order.
Yes.
Throughout basically until we don't have any more. We usually pick up a couple quite a few.
Because we get them as like a picture.
Yep.
It's cheaper that way than doing a whole Christmas card.
Heads up, if you send out Christmas cards, this is way cheaper. Go on to any kind of printing service like Vistaprint or
Shutterfly. We did last year.
Yep. Snapfish, I think, is one of them. I don't know. Anyway, get a 4x6 picture and just go into Photoshop or something and edit like Merry Christmas 2018 over top of a picture of you on a 4x6 picture, because you can get like 100 4x6s for like $3.
Yeah.
So it's way cheaper than going through and actually going through a template with the.
I mean, they're super cute.
Because you can do the same thing.
But I really liked how we did that last year. You had done the editing and it just looked really cute. So yeah, so we're excited. We have a park. Was it a park? The City Forest in Midland.
It's kind of a park.
It's just a wooded area that they keep around, and
it's north of
trails.
Town. It's north of town.
Yeah, and it's got a ton of trails on it.
Miles and miles of trails, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, so we usually go there, and there's snow on the ground right now. So I think I think we should definitely do that tomorrow.
Out in the evergreens, it look really nice because they've got some really nice evergreens.
Because we haven't had snow when we've taken the pictures in a long time.
No, we haven't.
I don't know if we ever have, but.
No, I don't think we have, actually.
Yeah, have ever had snow in our pictures.
But we've gotten dumped on by snow lately.
It's been great. So
we've gotten so much snow.
Yeah, I'm really excited to do
actually,
that.
You know what we should do? I got it. We're doing a hunting picture. We're gonna go out to Sanford where I hunt at. We'll take a picture out there because if I see something, I can shoot it then.
Double whammy.
Yep.
Love it. Sounds good to me. I love venison jerky.
Oh, actually, that might not be a good idea because you can't legally hunt with dogs in Michigan.
Really? I didn't know that.
For deer, you can't have a dog with you if you're deer hunting.
Oh, okay, just like duck.
Yeah, like if it's a tracking dog, you can, but but for deer, you cannot have a dog with you unless it's like a certified tracking dog.
Wow, I didn't know.
And then only the actual tracker is able to carry a firearm. So, yeah, that's.
Okay, we'll just go to City Forest.
Let's just go to City Forest.
Let's just do that. Let's not mess with the DNR. So.
Yeah, the DNR.
All right, so are we good? Do you want to talk about anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty good. I'm ready to get hitting the road.
And I'm getting hungry, so it's almost lunchtime, right? What time is it?
It's gotta be
11:39. So, with that, you guys, I hope if you guys have been missing our videos, I'm sure this one will take care of it for you. It's probably going to be a big.
You can break it into like 3 sections. And that way.
Take another 3 weeks to watch it.
There you go.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Let us know what you guys are hoping for Christmas, and we will see you guys this Saturday on December 1st.
Later, guys.
So, bye.
Bye.